quite a while ago I bought this turner kit. This is called the Fastturn kit, and it's very nice. And it's got a couple things which are interesting. So it's got the instructions. It also tells you how to put them in the box, which seems kind of like, why can't you figure it out yourself? But it's because of these in here that are designed to sit there rather nicely. So it's all very detailed. One of these is the mini one, and the purpose, oops, that's the long one, sorry. This is the mini one. So this is designed to go with the other part, which goes onto the sewing machine. This is where I want to know if this is of any use. So, pop over here. What they have as part of this device is this thing called the Tiger Eye. And let's, oops, better work probably without. The Tiger Eye says, depending on what size you want, you stick the needle in the hole, and then that's where you stitch. So in this case, I want 3/8. So you see the 1, 2, 3. So I position the needle over the 3/8, which is there. And what I do is I, oops, slightly over, get into the hole. There we go. So it's in the hole now. And then what it says to do is to slide this thing over top of this. Again, this is another one of these magic things where I probably would be better off with 2 hands. Okay. So I'll put it, oop. I'm going to put this on the tripod, it'll make it much easier. One sec. Okay, that's for her. So, this is quite easy, though I just made it look complicated. Just grab this, push it over the edge, and make sure it's at 90 degrees. Now, there's another part to this, which is that the bottom, oops, I should have shown you this first. The bottom of this has 2 stickies. So, apparently the type of, this is re-energizable sticky tape. Apparently you just wash it when you're done. If it stops losing its stick, but you just return those sticky things. So, with that in mind, whoops, I'm doing well here. Got the klutzes, end of a long day. So put that there, get that lined up. We make sure we're at 90 degrees. Slide this up until we get close to the presser foot. Make sure we're sewing straight. And I would say that's good. So we push it down and it's stuck. Okay, so that's good. Now what this does now is when I insert my fabric, which I cut according to this, to the width they've got here, it will automatically line up perfectly with the fabric, or with the where the stitching line needs to be. So we're going to do that now. One of the first things we're going to do is reduce the stitch length here, because we need to keep that really tight for this type of stitching. So let's go over to the cutting board and see what we're going to do. Okay, so here we are. Now, the easiest way to not have really tiny bits of fabric is all the small loops we would do 1 inch. 1 inch width, and then according to my pattern 4 inches long. So in this case what I need to do, and I would be better off on a rolling mat here, but we'll just go with it. We need this 1 inch wide by this length, by 4 inches long. So that's pretty easy to do. So what I'm going to do is use the blue here, and I don't need two pieces, although sometimes it's fun. So I'm just going to cut along here. So that's a perfect edge, because it's got the lines painted in the fabric, and I'm not doing this on the bias because I just don't need to. It should work fine. And then 1 inch lines up with the edge of the light blue line. So that makes it nice and easy for me. We'll just cut the light blue. Okay, so there's my 1 inch. So this doesn't need to be this wide, and we'll have to trim it again. But the point is, this needs to be easy enough to manage when we shove it through this tiger eye thing. So we're going to go over to the machine now and see what happens. Okay, so off we go. So I've got my 1 inch piece of fabric here. So just use this pokey thing to help line it up. Make sure that's working kind of easily. Oh yes, it's coming out the other side. We're almost perfectly even here. So that's going to work. And then we just have to make sure that it actually goes under the needle. So it should go now. There we go. This is quite nice. You can do huge lengths of this without any bother whatsoever. Have a nice small stitch length. Okay, looks good. And then we're done. So now comes the moment of truth. So according to this should be 3/8. Okay. Looks a bit big for 3/8 for my taking, but let me just see if I'm... You know, it's spot on. Okay. So I think probably a little trimming is warranted. Just to make it turn a little more easily, and then we'll spin around. So 1 second while I move. That's a little easier now. I can manage it and get really close to the stitching. Okay. Perfect. Okay, try again. So, now we'll shove it on the tube. Lovely, perfect. So according to these instructions, we need to turn the end of this around. There we go. So we fold that out. It says fold this over. Fold the end of the fabric over the open end of the tube, hold in place, forming a little fabric trampoline. Okay, so we'll make a trampoline. With the other hand, turn the pigtail so it's pigging. Yeah, okay. And then, while still holding the fabric tight, slide the wire up and the brass tube until the wire piece is folded over the end. Okay, so does this really work any better than anything else? Well, we're about to find out. So we've definitely got some movement. And then what we need to do is get this fed into the tube. There we go. And then it's pretty easy after that. So it's a little bit of an art at the beginning, but that did work very easily, and now I just pull it out. So done. So I've got my little tube. So I like that. That worked very well. So it measures exactly the size I want, and it's nice and easy, and I just need to remove this, which looks like that could be a challenge. Okay. There we are, and then we pull it out. So I like that. That worked very, very easily. I didn't think that would work quite easily. Bit of practice, of course, always with these things, but for something small like that, I'm quite pleased. I think that worked. So I've learned how to use this today, and that did what it's supposed to do. So, okay, I enjoyed that. Okay, so removing this, ooh, it is stuck on there quite well. And we've got the little 2 sticky bits, so I'll just cover these back up so don't get all clogged with dirt. Not exactly the best aim on the first one. Okay, well that's going to take 2 hands to get perfect, but that's okay. Anyway, that's as simple, and then that goes on the box, so I can do that.